Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to tile Tila beads to make a fun ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this glue-on ring form, and it measures 25 millimeters by 25 millimeters. If you can see it there, there's a 25 millimeter mark, and it's perfectly square. And I'm going to be using Tila beads, which are known for their uniformity, and they are 5 millimeters by 5 millimeters. So I know I'm going to be able to get 5 up and 5 across. And so that's a really good indication. So if you know the size of your setting, you'll know how many Tila beads you can fit in if it's square, which is a perfect shape for these square Tila beads. The tools I'm going to be using are basically non-existent. All I need is an applicator. And for this, I'm going to use a piece of wire. And I'm actually going to bend my piece of wire a little bit just to make it a little easier to use. And that's my only tool. And for the adhesive, I'm going to be using E6000, which you've seen me use a lot. It's just a really great, strong industrial adhesive, which is perfect for jewelry making. So I made this bracelet in another video, and I really like the color combination. So I want to use it again to make my tiled Tila bead ring, but I did pull a couple other Tila beads just so you can see the wide variety of color choices. And this is just a very few of what's available, but please, when you're making this ring, use your favorite colors. There's a lot of possibilities. So to start, I'm going to take my glue, and I am just going to put some in the middle of my setting. E6000 does not dry right away, so you do have a little bit of time to work with it, but it does dry out quicker than perhaps a white glue if that's what you're used to working with. And so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to smear this over the entire surface. I'm going to do it over about half of it, just so I have a little bit more time to work. I'm going right up to the edge and making sure that I have a nice even layer, but I don't want it to be too thick because I don't want it to squish out the sides. I take my applicator and put it away. A toothpick would also work really well. And now I'm just going to place my Tila beads. You're probably familiar with them. They have got the 2 holes. I'm not going to be using those holes at all, but I want them to all go in the same direction. And I'm just going to place it into my glue. And I'm going to do a checkerboard pattern. Again, they're going to look a little bit better if they're all going in the same direction, just because they've got these nice curved edges. Remember, we did the measurement, so we knew it was going to fit 5 across, and it's going to be perfect. So there we've got 5. And now I'm going to go do another row. And I'm pressing them down into the glue as I go. Try not to get glue on the top side of it. You can peel it off initially, but it is going to be a little bit of a struggle. So it's best to avoid that if you can. I'm going to spread some more glue now. These are actually glued in there. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going to want to let it fully dry that way, but for the moment, I can let it sit like that. I'm going to go grab some more glue. Pick this back up and place it where I did not have it placed before. You might want to now use the pointy edge just because I don't want to get any on the top surface of my Tila beads. Again, going all the way to the edge, making sure you get into the corners. And I don't want it too globby. There we go. And I'm just going to continue on. And when you're all done, go ahead, pat them down, make sure they're all in there and in place. If you see any areas where there is a little bit of a gap, you shouldn't have too much of one, but you can always just scoot them around a little bit while they're still wet. Okay, and we have an adjustable ring, so it's going to fit everybody. And actually, this is going to be in this direction, like so. And to dry, I'm going to take my little Tila bead containers. I'm just going to put the ring base between them and let that dry upright. And that is all there is to it, to making a tiled Tila bead ring.